Everything we thought we knew. It was all just a fabrication that the Red Women, no, that the Helganquil made up.
Right. Assuming we can believe anything that Hevrek 35 has told us, that is.
Well, if the names are anything to go by, it's possible the Helganquil could be behind the fruits of Helgen too.
But if Hevrek 35 was telling the truth, and this was all just one massive lie, does that mean everything we've done up until now has been pointless?
No, I don't think so. Or at least I hope not. I think it just means we've lost our foothold for now. That's all.
Really? Well then, if we've lost it, I guess we'll just have to find another. All of us together. And if we can't find one, then we'll make a new one. End of story.
Make one, huh? I see. Right then. Count me in.
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem like he's doing any better now?
He who? Oh, you mean Dohalim, don't you?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap our minds around it all, but he looked like he was taking it really hard earlier.
What do you think about everything we've learned? About the Renans, and the Great Spirit, and all that?
On some level, I'm not even really sure what to think, to be honest. I mean, the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster, but with a mind and will of its own. But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left for us to do is stop it. As for the Renans, I suppose my feelings on that are a bit more mixed.
How so?
Coexistence between Dahnans and Renans in Menancia is still a work in progress. In my case, I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans. So, to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is, well, I guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time, I realize that not every Dahnan is necessarily going to believe that either.
I know you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Dahnans have against the Renans is long, and understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Dahnans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't. I think if we can find a way to get rid of that imbalance, then we'll be in a truly good place.
Well, first we can try to figure out what to do about the existing conflicts we have.
Yeah. It'd be nice if one day people could learn to get past their hatred like Rinwell did.
It's no small task. We can't pretend like the past didn't happen and ask people to forget their very real pain and suffering.
Right. Everybody has their reasons for feeling the way that they do. But if we just keep yelling at each other about it, we'll never move on. In a worst-case scenario, it might lead to even more people getting killed.
And we all have to figure out how to meet halfway. Not just that, but to also embrace each other's pain, in a sense.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It's true. Everybody has their own scars, their own trauma. The first step to healing those wounds is to put aside that hatred. It won't be achieved through reasoning, but I think it's a good first step, if nothing else. And now, I think I see a way to move forward. But to do that, first we need to make sure our planet isn't going to get wiped out.
You both seem awfully calm.
Only because after everything we've seen, we don't have the energy to keep being shocked.
How are you holding up, Rinwell? That whole talk about the Renans looked like it shook you up a bit.
Yeah. I get this sinking feeling whenever I remember how Dahnan mages like my family were persecuted and died out. And now, I finally know why that is. But I was thinking, if Renans end up living together with Dahnans again, then mages won't be such an unusual thing to see on Dahna anymore, right? I know it's not as simple as all that, but Dahnans probably won't be so quick to let their guards down, and there might be Renans who still act superior because of their arts.
It wouldn't surprise me. 300 years of bad blood and prejudice isn't going to be an easy thing to overcome.
Yeah, I know firsthand just how much hatred can take hold in your heart once you let it in. But even so, I was still able to change. And if I can change, so can anyone else. So I was thinking maybe, I don't know, I could use my position as both a Dahnan and a mage to help bring both sides together.
Rinwell.
That great spirit worries me too, though. Dahna's will feels so warm and inviting. So why is Rena's will trying to destroy our entire planet?
Now that you mention it, Everett 35 and the other scientists here never really brought that up. Maybe they don't know either.
Maybe. But regardless, at the end of the day, Dahna's still our home. There's no way we can let it be destroyed.
We won't. We'll keep it safe no matter what.
I still can't believe it, man.
You're not the only one still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up on these sorts of things.
Did you forget what happened back in Thistleum? Once my memories started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
It was really that bad for you?
Yeah, it was. But thanks to Law and everybody else, I remembered that I still had things out there worth fighting for.
Man, I think you might be a better guy than me, Alphen. All I can remember thinking was, when's this guy gonna get his act together?
Law.
I was too worried about repeating the same mistakes I'd made back with my dad, and running away from the truth. That was no way to live. And I've tried to stay strong, my way. But all this talk about other races and the world ending, if I can be honest with you guys, it's just all too much for me to handle right now.
I know this is going to sound strange coming from me, but maybe the key is not to worry too much about the big stuff right now.
Oh?
I used to worry all the time about my thorns, for obvious reasons, but I never really opened up to anyone about them. And when I realized my visions pointed to a threat that was bigger than me, I didn't know what I should do or who to tell. But that's when I finally got it. You guys were all there for me, to teach me what's really important. I just had to open up and listen.
In other words, if you let the big picture stuff get you all muddled up inside, you'll begin to lose sight of what you really care about. Yeah, I think you're right.
The thing that's most important, what I really care about, all I want to do is protect the people that really matter to me, to fight for them. That's good enough, right?
Not everyone is strong enough to fight.
Huh?
It's something your dad told me once when he was still alive. Law, you know you're strong enough to fight, and you're strong enough to protect the people you care about. Forget all the big stuff going on. Just don't lose sight of what you want to protect in the first place. Sound good?
Yeah, I think it does. It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'll fight to protect the people around me. Just like I always have. I think that's best.
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in mere seconds.
Even I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
Let's not delude ourselves. If what we've heard is a lie, it's a rather elaborate one. I can only imagine that you must have been constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well, Shionne. About your thorns, and being a maiden.
That's just part of being alive, don't you think?
To say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself. What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
When you say the other Renans, you mean the ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
Correct. Even if we stop the Great Spirit from annihilating Dana, our problems will still remain. Putting aside the untold state that Rena may be in, if we do not truly belong there, we will have to think long and hard about where it is that we wish to return to.
So, I guess your only real choices at this point are to either stay on Lenegis or come down to Dana, huh? And right now, Lenegis might not even be a safe option.
And at the same time, Danans are hardly likely to embrace Renans with open arms. If the issue is forced, things could turn dire. There is, after all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us. And the victims of our rule have absolutely every right to feel animosity towards us Renans. Our own circumstances as the aggressors are irrelevant.
I didn't expect the former Lord of Menancia to be so down about people reconciling.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck. There had been backlash over how it had been ruled, and I was blessed to have sympathizers among my ranks. Still, even now, there remain ardent dissidents.
But things can still change if you have the right people to help lead the way. Isn't that what you hope to achieve on Lenegis, after this is all over?
Indeed. I have fully accepted the burden of that responsibility. In that regard, I remain determined. On that note, I have something of a favor to ask of you, Alphen.
Oh? What is it?
I wish for you to serve as a mediator so that the Renans can live on Dana peaceably. As the one and only Blazing Sword, I suspect the Danans may listen to what you have to say when problems arise.
And I take it that you'll be the one to represent the Renans?
Yes. I realize that I'm asking quite a lot of you. However, the fact of the matter is that it will take time for Renans to re-enter Danan society without any bloodshed. That is why.
You're the same as ever, Dohalim.
Is it too much?
No, relax. You get so tense and formal when you're asking for a favor. Listen, there's no need for that. We're friends.
You're too kind. I can see you were raised well.
That's some high praise, Alphen.
Then I'll ask once again, this time just as friends. Alphen, will you help me?
You don't even need to ask. Of course I will.
Thank you, my friend.
Well, it sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create a better future for everyone.
What about you, Shionne? How do you feel about the origin of the Renans?
To be honest, I'm not really all that shocked, actually. I mean, I might be a Renan in the literal sense, but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how. I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip. I would have never imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you, fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I have? It's been going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that. It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the future would be able to stop it, before it was too late. How it fell on us, of all people, to heed that call, is a mystery.
I don't think Naori was hoping that we would just stop the world from getting destroyed. She considered me, a Dahnan, as a real person. And she very much cherished her own people, too. I don't think she wanted the world to be saved just so they could go back to hurting each other. Oh, maybe this is what she meant.
Huh?
When we were talking to Kisara earlier, about all that stuff like everyone's needing to meet halfway and embrace each other's pain and suffering. She said that the first step down that path was for each of us to put aside our own hatred. That means forgiving other people, even and especially before they forgive you.
Forgiving. So it goes both ways, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't just mean forgiving things that happened in the past either. Conflicts will keep happening. If we have any hope of moving on and building a better future, we have to all learn to forgive each other.
You know, you're right. People can hurt one another without even meaning to. I know that better than most, thanks to these thorns.
It's not going to be easy getting past this pain. But if we can do it, I'm sure there'll come a time when we can all truly understand each other. I'm there with you, Shion. I too want to protect the world we live in, and all the people we care about. I think that's the very least I can do to repay Naori for everything that she did.
Yeah. I want a future that she would feel proud to live in, and I'm going to fight for it.
Whoa there, Savior Girl. We're here to save you too, you know.
Yes, I know. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I want to live, and that's the honest truth.
Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dan is still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world, and it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy. But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Shion.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Shion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Shion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Shion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Shion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's Great Spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
And we only know about the Thorns' connection thanks to Naori.
Heverick 35 has been observing the Great Astral Spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is. Oh.
So if the Sovereign and Maiden were originally boot-up programs for Lenegis, what about now?
Even with the Forbidden Zone in ruins and the Renis Alma stolen, Lenegis is functioning fine. If it needed us before, it doesn't appear to now.
First they lumber you with a position you never asked for, then you're discarded like you're nothing? Who the hell do they think they are?
More importantly, who do they think we are? We might not even factor into their list of concerns.
I just hope everyone on Lenegis is safe.
Worst comes to worst, Lenegis is equipped with a large number of starships the people can escape in. As long as the whole satellite doesn't suddenly explode or something, they should be fine.
Wait, explode?
In any case, if we're truly going to make a difference, it's on Rena we're needed, not Lenegis. The people there will be fine, I'm sure of it.
Right.
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The Great Astral Spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renis Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the Great Astral Spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renis Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the Great Astral Spirit and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the Great Astral Spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational.
That's...
It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the Great Astral Spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the Great Astral Spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed. I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Havrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar is all. Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Man, is it too much to ask for Heverick 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't worry. I think we're mostly done with him. Now all we have to do is rest up and wait. Once the Fall Knights is good to go again, we'll be taking off for Rena right away. Is the Renis Alma really our only hope against the Great Spirit? There has to be another way, right?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress astral energy to prevent it from gaining sentience, right? Couldn't we make use of that somehow?
I'm not sure. In small doses, maybe. And with the amount of energy we're talking about here.
Back in Calaglia, the Blazing Sword was able to take in a whole spirit vessel's worth of energy. If it has the capacity to manage that, it can do this, right?
Except after it absorbed the energy, it ended up releasing it all moments later, remember? Let's not forget, it nearly killed you. Besides, this is the Great Spirit we're talking about, not a paltry vessel. Even if I could use the Master Core, your body wouldn't be able to take the strain of channeling that much energy.
Heverick 35 didn't mention it, and it did not seem the type to skimp on details, so assuming it's even possible, the chances are slim to none.
You're probably right.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Dahnans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head-on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Dahnans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Dahnans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more. That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before, about whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Heverick 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will... Well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were
No,
thinking?
that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Shion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Heverick 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma. But it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything
Listen,
that we've...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay. I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Xion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Xion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrekt 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the Hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is... that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude, until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something. So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renis Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength. It's that it's sentient, too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
we might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up. Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
What do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, Astral Art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day...
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves. We've reached our destination.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean... Wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not... hugely? Hey, Kisara, well, I've got you. What's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat?
Get him, Hootle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hootle!
Ow! Seriously, what the hell? You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
Yeah.
Hey.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just great.
I guess... Thanks.
Huh?
Well... All right.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I guess.
Whew.
Got it.
We finally made it.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Get lost!
Here I come!
I can feel my precision improving.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
I'd steer clear of that Zoogle if I were you.
Damn. That weak, huh?
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Dahnan uprising in Calaglia, the Crown Contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time. The fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Hey, Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia. Though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the Lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his flamboyant, circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Something feels different.
Stay sharp. It looks like we've got trouble.
Yeah, we can tell.
Annihilation! We've got orbs incoming!
It must have summoned them.
The last thing we need is a crowd. Let's dispatch them quickly.
Watch this! Can't get out of this!
That trick is done.
Can't move!
Don't give up.
Sorry.
This should do it.
Inspiration! I swear you won't get
You're mine! Sword Rain Alpha! Double Demon Fang! Crush!
I could do this all day!
Resuscitation! Let me show you what my rise and shine!
That freaking does it!
This isn't ideal. I can handle it.
What a relief!
I'm not done!
Go time!
I never miss!
That freaking does it! I let you all down!
Ignite! You pay for that!
I'll bring you back from death to abyss!
Start up! Force
I'll bring you back from death to abyss! Thunder field!
I'm not done!
Alright! It's showtime! I won't give up!
Get on in there with the others.
Alright! It's showtime!
Not my fight!
This one keeps...
Something feels different.
Stay sharp!
This should be a good place to fight.
Wow, Kisara. It's so big.
You're talking about my shield, right?
You finally made it.
Right!
Sax-Leo Temple. Isn't that where Shion was being held?
Wasn't...
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but... You sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Hey, Shion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Xion. But that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
We've reached our destination.
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zeugl?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zeugl or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard! Hey, Alfin, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy!
Misread the landing.
I don't sense any more enemies.
Oh.
Just great.
Cheers!
Cheers!
What?
Nice try, you two. Better
Never. Why?
Wait. Something's wrong.
I couldn't catch it. I'll always be...
Oh no. This is just like what happened before. Alphen!
I'm alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? There aren't any thorns this time. I've got it!
Alvin?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got all of us. And it wasn't just one bouquet either. There's also this one from me. So please, don't give up. We'll fight this together. Shion!
You dummy! That's not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly rush into things?
That said, it does make me feel better. Even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after one.
I'm just glad I could help. And I made another one to go with it, so it wouldn't be lonely either.
You never cease to amaze me, Alphen. Seriously.
Feeling better now, Xion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that. Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it?
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
What do you all say to taking the path less trodden for once?
Path? I don't see any path.
Do you mean that thing that looks like an animal trail? Path may be a generous term. I'm assuming you know where it leads?
My gut says to a bridge.
Hootle says your gut's wrong.
Really? Well, it is definitely in the right general direction.
Not that main roads are necessarily danger-free, but he does have an uncanny knack for insisting on some strange and unique routes.
Alvin always did like a challenge. Can't say I appreciate some of the more daredevil ways he's taken us, though.
Like the landslide he insisted was a shortcut before disappearing off the edge? Nearly gave me a heart attack.
I'll say, yet the intrepid explorer looked as happy as a pig in muck.
Probably best we stick to doing our own orienteering in the future.
Hey, so what about this route then?
Maybe if we pretend we can't hear him.
Don't you think the path forward is fraught enough without making extra problems for ourselves? Maybe best to reel it back.
Good point. I say we stick to the main track like regular travelers for once.
Guys? I will break down this wall!
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Little help!
I'm not done!
I'm surrounded!
Alpha! Internal devastation! Ignite!
Glimmer Dragon! Denied!
It's a duel of the earth!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Don't mind if I do.
I'm not done!
Now you see what I can do! It's time! Watch it!
Are those arms even that
Take this!
Internal devastation!
Share!
Flash!
Raging Cascade! Spread!
Double demon fang!
Now I'm doing it! Jolene! Take! Blow them away!
By the power of Supernova!
Looks like we got them all.
Is that the Zoogle we were told to dispatch?
Gone!
Raging Cascade!
Do you require a hand?
Sword Rain Alpha!
Winds of Heaven! They may look cute and stuff,
Double
but
demon
they're
fang!
vicious!
Do it! Jolene! Take! Blow them away!
By the power of flame!
It got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
I'm not done! All yours!
Do it!
Explosive Burning star! The whirling trouble can handle this. Winds of heaven, burst forth!
Wow, look what I just found.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
Right, here goes!
Armor won't save you!
Gemini, that'll bring you down!
Here I come!
Bet that shell's hiding something
In a
bind?
Now! We barely managed to turn that battle.
You don't need to sound surprised.
Perhaps I'll put more faith in you.
Well,
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one. Hold on to your arm.
Already on!
Do it!
Double Demon Fang! Looks like we won.
There it is. That's our...
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Turbine!
One more!
Inferno Devastation! Double Demon Fang! Sword Rain Alpha! Double Demon Fang! Be careful, everyone!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
One more!
Turbine!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
You'll get it!
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky. Always good to be back in familiar territory.
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go. Yeah.
No. You did it!
Really?
Yeah.
What's gotten into him?
He says instead of making a Zoogle sign, we should be making a Hootle sign.
He's feeling threatened by a rival.
We've reached our destination.
I wonder if something happened.
Yes.
Excuse me!
Hey!
Really now?
What?
I see. Agreed.
Very nice.
Dohalim, the line of researchers is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into this before accepting.
Finally made it.
Woo! Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
I'd steer clear of that Zoogle if I were you. I have a bad feeling about this.
Is it hot?
You're mine!
Corruption! Go for the weak point!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Outstanding form!
Burn in hell!
Burn up! Leave the enemy's arms to me!
No complaints here!
Where are you going? Feel!
Luna Rondo! Stop!
What art can
I can do this all
Rise
day!
and shine! Steel
Start
form!
up! Freaking does it! Point flush!
Anything in armor is all Raging cascade! Not on my watch!
Point flush! Start up!
It looks like you got
Here it is!
counter corruption!
Risen tear!
Gemini in here!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shout! Take this! Struck!
Immortal! Lightning one!
Hurricane! Burn in hell!
Now whenever.
In a bind? Ready and rip! You're mine! Glitter Sword Ring Alpha! Now to talk! I can carve through armor! I'm ready! Luna Rondo! Strike! Stardust! Super Slow Dance!
Amazing.
Hurricane! Enough done! Risen tear! Eternal devastation! Death Muscle! Void Blast! Stardust! Luna Rondo! Let's tear them apart! Not today! Super Swallow Dance! Here I armor won't save you! Enough done!
That'll bring you down! First
Crush!
by the power of
Here I
flame!
Swallow Dance! Here I come!
In here!
Soaring Light Spear!
I've
let you all down. Stay away from my friends!
Not in your dreams! I'll bring you back from death to this! Sparkling stars of light!
No,
Rain
no.
down and purify
Void
hell!
Blast!
I'm going to need to
I hope this night
No
works as
further.
promised. Here, let me help.
Point blank!
Too much to handle? Dance in the wind! In here! There you go! Don't let up! I'll be saving this one! Explosion!
Point blank!
I'm ready! Super swallow kick!
I'll smash you! Stardust!
Burning up and out!
Soaring
Let's
light
go!
spear!
Careful, you are!
This is looking good!
Eagle fly! First aid!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop me dying?
Hurricane!
Can't I let you all down?
Lightning orbs! Ready to go! Dance in the wind!
I'm not sure how we... Get out of this one.
You mean, this might be... Yes?
No, never. Stay strong.
Lunar corruption!
Grant me the strength!
I'll bring you back from death to
Radiant
bit.
light! Force
Arc
of regeneration!
field!
Regenerate!
I won't give up.
You pay for that! Calamity! I'm on it! Carrier!
Hurricane! Another incantation ruined. In a bind?
Eternal devastation!
What? From beyond.
This one's all mine!
Soul with life!
Soaring light spear! I'm not done!
I can handle it. What was I thinking? Far enough. Glacial spear. Piercing.
Heal!
Freeze Lancer!
More of that medicine.
From beyond.
By the
Imbue
power
this
of
with
flame!
soul with love.
Vanish without a trace!
Stardust!
Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
Soaring light spear!
Regenerate!
Burn in hell! Thanks!
Burning strike!
Glacial spear!
Okay, here I go!
No pause in a great ignite! A thrilling fight! Now you see what I can do!
Is this it?
Don't leave me!
I'll bring you back
Art
from death
expert
to
coming
bit.
through! Resuscitation dream! Eat dirt!
I'm not done yet!
Sword
Rain out! Just getting started!
Where are you going?
I've
let you down.
Eternal devastation!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Resuscitation!
I'm ready!
Deny!
No space for that!
Lunar blast! I'm all stuffed up! Annihilation!
Point blank!
Here and now!
I'll tear you apart!
I'll bring you back from death to bit. I'll bring you back from death to bit.
all day! Point blank! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
This one's all mine! Soaring light!
I can carve through! I'm on a roll now!
Not today!
Elusive deity!
I'm gonna need more to protect the unity of your youth. It's simply incredible.
Soaring light spear!
Evil time!
Soaring light spear!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Where are you going?
I'm in your debt, Dohalim. And tonight's meal is on you. You got it.
I'll tear you apart! Deny! Bathed blood! Rending in a bind!
Resurrection! I'm all stuffed up!
Point blank! This one's all mine! Here I go!
Evil time!
Glacial spear.
Point blank!
Penumbra!
Confiscated!
Begin!
Freeze Lancer.
Soaring blast! Ready and quick! I'll smash you!
Stardust! I'm on it! Point blank!
Demon Blast! Eagle Ray!
Lunarongo!
Glimmer Cloud! Demon Blast! Eagle Assault! I'll face you!
Here,
Tornado Drive!
Strike! I'm on it! Take this!
I'm not Ribbon Penumbra! Anything in order is beyond!
Corruption!
Eat this!
it's time to finish this. Die! Consuming wildfire!
Mega Ray! Annihilation! By the power of flame!
Ready to go!
Captivity!
Far enough!
Eagle Assault!
Double Demon Fang!
That'll bring you down.
In a bind?
Here's a healing arc!
Penumbra!
Eat this!
Strike!
Here goes!
your hands now.
Anything in armor is all
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
I'll smash you!
By the power of flame!
Right!
Finish without a... This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
The flame inside me
Talon
yearns to be
Hurricane!
lit, and more of it than I'll burn out!
Rip and tear!
Take
Watch this!
Such unadulterated feeling.
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Lunar Blast! I'm all stuck
I'll
down!
finish you here and now! I'll face you!
Mega Ray!
Forgive me. This is my...
I'm ready!
Soaring far enough!
By the power of flame! Vanish without...
Elusive deity! Hitting fire!
Hold on to your art! Here I come! Here's a healing art!
No! Can't end... Here!
By the power... Flame! Vanish without a trace!
I hope this thing is medically approved!
Flaming!
Whoppy, you're bruised all over. Did you even notice?
Guess I got carried away.
I'm not always going to be around to heal you, you know.
Annihilate!
I owe you one.
What the...
You! Stay away from my friend! I'm not done! Double Demon Fang! I'm not done!
Ready and ready!
Stardust!
I'll smash you!
No escape! Soaring Light Sphere!
A new lease on life.
Take this!
Arc Field!
Fear. Here's evil. That move.
Here comes the big one! Eat dirt!
Now I'm in the groove!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Blazing flame! Slow dance!
That'll bring you down.
Watch this! Death Blossom!
Try harder! Not a chance! I'm
Now
not
you
done!
see what I can do!
Watch and weep!
Whirlwind
Not
Dash!
on my watch!
Kick
I'll
it!
finish you here and now!
Burning Strike!
Is this it?
Don't give her heart!
Eagle Dive!
This can't be happening.
Shouldn't have messed with me! All good things come to an end. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it! I'm on a roll
Take it!
now! Shattering the pieces! Attack time! First strike!
Soaring Light
snap!
Sphere! You're mine!
Swallow dance!
A new lease on
I'm
life.
on a roll now! Eagle Dive! Here comes something big!
Try to dodge.
Go away!
I can feel the medicine working.
Stardust!
Lunar Corruption!
First strike!
Try harder! Take this!
Arc Field! Not in your dreams!
Eat this!
By the power of water!
Rip and tear! Ready and rip!
Talon Hurricane!
Eat dirt!
Now you see what I can do! Talon Hurricane! Glimmer Dragon!
Power of water!
Eagle Assault! I've let you all
In
down.
the sky, it's mine!
Here I can... Is this it?
Take it! And again! Burning
great.
We finally made it. Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you? Looking at.
I won't forgive you! Flare Tornado! Huh, huh. Hear me! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Burning Strike! Graviton Field! Huh, Annihilation! Sighted! Got you! I'll bring you back from... Blue primed and ready! Sighted! That'll bring you down! You're open! Miasma! Glacier, crush all! Sighted! Got you! Glacier! No defense! Eat dirt! Annihilation! Here I go! Searing Tempest! And that's my will! Flare Tornado! Searing Tempest! And that's my will! I won't... It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming Wildfire! Now! I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! Resuscitation! I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this. Resurrection! Let me show you what my... How's this? Searing Tempest! And that's my will! Flare Tornado! Miasma! Annihilation! Got you! Searing Tempest! And that's my will! Flare Tornado! Glacier! Crush all! Explode! Go! Got you! Miasma! Glacier! I'm only getting started. There! Here I go! Got you! Aqueous Impact! There! Back into the fray! Zephyr Trident! It's over! Aqueous Impact! I'm only getting started! I never miss! Searing Tempest! And that's my will! Flare Tornado! Searing Tempest! Aqueous Impact! Miasma! Decay! Glacier! Explode! Go! And again! Aqueous Impact! Sighted! And again! Lunar Blast! This one's mine! I never miss! Take it! Searing Tempest!
see what I can do! Dragon Shell! Death Blossom! Bet that shell's hiding something tasty. Talon Hurricane! Super Swallow! I'll finish you here and now! You're wide open! Eagle Dive! First strike! First strike! Death Blossom! I'll tear you apart! I'm on a roll now! Death Ball shattering the pieces! Attack time! I'm on it! Glimmer Dragon! Another one down! Super Swallow! Oh, now I'm real mad! Talon Hurricane! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! Dragon Shout! Rip and Tear! Death Blossom! First Strike! Talon Hurricane! Watch it! Almost! Faster! Rip and Tear! Take this! Now you see what I can do! Now I'm in the groove! Death Blossom! Crumble! Blow away! Now I'm in the groove! You see what happened there as you crossed... Shouldn't have done that. Talon Hurricane! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! I'm on it! Rip and Tear! I'm on a roll now! You're wide. All good things come to an end. Dragon Shout! Rip and Tear! Eagle Dawn! It's go time! Armor won't save you! Dragon! Now I'm in the groove! Super Swallow Dance! Talon Hurricane! First Strike! Glimmer! Watch this! Eat this! I'm on it! Talon Hurricane! Eagle Dive! Tectonic Punch! Super Swallow Dance! Dragon Shattering the Pieces! Attack time! Death Blossom! Armor won't save you! Eagle Dive! Dragon Shout! Eat this! First Strike! Talon Hurricane! First Strike! Talon Hurricane! Death Blossom! Super Swallow Dance! Eat this! Come and get it! Death Blossom! Watch it! It's go time! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! Now you see what I can do! You're wide open! Death Blossom! Eat this! Death Blossom! Talon Hurricane! Glimmer Dragon! First Strike!
save you! Death Blossom! Death Blossom! Death Blossom! I'll finish you here and now! It was nice while it lasted. Death Blossom! Eat this! Death Blossom! Death Blossom! How's this? Anything in armor is all mine! I'm just getting started! Glimmer Dragon! Eat this! Now I'm in the groove! Death Blossom! Talon Hurricane! Death Blossom! Eat this! I lost my focus! Talon Hurricane! Eat this! It's go time! I can carve through! I'll finish you here and now! Death Blossom! Talon Hurricane!
Let's see what you've got.
The earth throbs in pain.
No further! Begin!
Simian pests.
I shall seal you where you stand. I'll face you. Soaring Blast! Soaring Blast! Now it's my turn. You missed! I'll face you. Tempest! From beyond, imbue this Tempest! From beyond, imbue this vanquished. Prepare to be sealed! All in order. You missed! Elusive Deity! Elusive Deity! Soaring Blast! From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation! From beyond. Tempest! Catapult! Elusive Deity! Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. Eagle Ray! I'll face you. Elusive Deity! I'll face you. Does it hurt? Now or never. Can't get out of this! I'll face you. Does it hurt? Soaring Blast! Elusive Deity! Rotating Pile Driver! Rotating Pile Driver! Tornado Drive! Ha! Tornado... Nothing will hold me. In your face! Can you take it? I can't take much more. Rage. Heal! From beyond, imbue... Benediction Light. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation! Benediction Light. Benediction Light. Heal! It's time! No further! Can you take it? Tornado Drive!
What? Eagle Ray! Ha! Take this!
Spirits within the soil. Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc! Our arts are being interrupted.
I am not beyond fury. Benediction light.
Heal! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened.
Another incantation ruined.
Can't get out of this! I'll face it!
Benediction light.
Heal! Tempest! Now it's my turn! Begin! Elusive deity! Soaring blast! Can you take it? Does it hurt? I see you! In your face! Catapult!
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and Elusive deity! Soaring blast!
Benediction light.
Heal!
The earth throbs in pain.
No further! Begin! Elusive...
What?
I must remember my limits.
Benediction light.
Heal! Ha! Take this!
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened... Prepare to be sealed! I'll face you! Elusive deity! Begin! Eagle Rage! Instinct sharpened! Ha!
Benediction light.
I see you! I'll face you! Elusive deity! Behold! The Earth's host! Tectonic vision!
Benediction light.
Heal!
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc! Masterful dash! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened...
The earth throbs in pain.
In a bind! Soaring blast! My reach is even... You missed! Catapult!
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc! Masterful dash! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Execution! Catapult! Elusive deity! Eagle Ray! I'll face you! Does it hurt?
Benediction light.
Heal!
Now or never.
What?
Can you take it? You're mine! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Execution! Ha! Catapult! Does it hurt? Does it hurt? Begin! You're mine! Spirits within the... Elusive deity! Can you take it? Soaring blast! How's this? Eagle Ray! The tempest engulfs you! The earth throbs in pain. No further! Seismic rupture! I'll grind you into dust! Eagle Ray! Begin! My reach is even wider. I'll face you. Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade. Execution! Spirits within the soil, awaken and... I'll face you! Can you take it? Spirits within the soil. Begin! Elusive deity! I'll face you! Dance on the wind! In a bind? Ha! Spirits within the soil, awaken and wreak havoc! Masterful dash! I am not beyond fury! I'll grind you into dust! Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic vision! Benediction light. Heal! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Execution! Spirits within the soil. Spirits within the soil, awaken and wreak havoc! Masterful dash! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with... Now or never. In a bind? Can you take it? You're mine! Nothing will hold me. You lit! Begin! Dance on the wind! Elusive deity! Spirits within the soil, awaken and wreak havoc! Masterful dash! Benediction light. Heal! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Execution! I'll face you! The tempest engulfs you! The earth throbs in pain. Begin! Elusive deity! Eagle rage! Dance on the wind! Begin! The tempest engulfs you! Crescent flash! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Spirits within the soil, awaken and wreak havoc! Masterful dash! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Execution! Elusive deity! Prepare to be sealed! I'll face you! Elusive deity! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Execution! Spirits within the soil. Spirits within the soil. Awaken and wreak havoc! Masterful dash! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened... Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Execution! Eagle rage! Benediction, the earth throbs in pain. In a bind? I'll face you. Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Execution! Spirits within the soil, awaken and wreak havoc! Masterful dash! Benediction light. Eagle rage! Can you take it? Take this! Elusive deity! Eagle rage! The tempest engulfs you! Elusive deity! I'll face you! The earth throbs in pain. Benediction light. Heal! Benediction light. I am not beyond fury! Can't get out of this! I'll grind you into dust! Behold! The earth's pulse! Tectonic vision! Can you take... Reflect on thy sins. Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Execution! Eagle rage! Eagle rage! Reflect on thy sins. They... I'll face you! Seismic rupture! Crescent flash! Reflect on thy sins. They smite with blackened blade! Execution! The earth throbs in pain. No further! Soaring blast! Tornado drive!
take out the legs with my shield. That's it! Far enough! On guard! Crescent moon! Time to shine! Flaming meteor! The power of light! Alright, let me at him! Piercing roar! Tiger blade! Lion howl! This one's mine! Time to shine! Aw, too shy to come up! Flaming meteor! I'm ready to go! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Enough! Got you! Going in! First! Ready to go! Denied! Crescent moon! Tiger blade! Lion's howl! Tiger blade! The power of light! I'm ready to go! Flaming meteor! First! On guard! Take this! Tiger blade! Lacerating tempest! Flaming meteor! Lightning strike! Lacerating tempest! Beast assault! Lightning strike! Ready to go! Denied! No chance! Lightning strike! Beast assault! Lacerating tempest! Going in! 20 left! Look sharp! Lightning strike! This one's mine! One more! Lightning strike! Light up the dark! Alright, let me at him! 20 left! On guard! 20 left! Leave the chargers to me! Flaming meteor! The power of light! Alright, let me at him! Tiger blade! This one's mine! Lightning strike! Beast assault! Look sharp! Look sharp! Beast assault! Lacerating tempest! This one's mine! Piercing roar! No chance! Flaming meteor! Alright, let me at him! Crescent moon! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Lightning strike! Time to shine! I can handle it! Far enough! On guard! 20 left! Guardian field! I'm ready to go! Lightning strike! Time to shine! Tiger blade! First! Tiger blade! First! Crescent moon! The power of light! Alright, let me at him! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Got you! This I can handle it! Far enough! Flaming meteor! Lightning strike! Lacerating tempest! Guardian field! I'm ready to go! Flaming meteor! Tiger blade!
Lion Howl! Beast Assault! Lacerate! Crescent Moon! Lion Howl! Tiger Blade! Time to shine! Light up the dark! I'm ready to go! Leave the chargers to me! Beast Assault! Lacerating Tempest! Tiger Blade! First! Crescent Moon! Piercing Roar! Flaming Meteor! Look sharp! Ha! No chance! You're open! Going in! Huh! Take this! Flaming Meteor! Look sharp! Beast Assault! Lacerating Tempest! Piercing Roar! Going in! Take this! Piercing Roar! Crescent, I can handle it! Far enough! On guard! One more! Tiger Blade! On guard! Flaming Meteor! Piercing Roar! Time to shine! Tiger Blade! Lion Howl! Light up the dark! Alright, let me at him! Beast Assault! Lightning Strike! Piercing Roar! Lion Howl! Flaming Meteor! Time to shine! Lion Howl! Going in! This one's mine! One more! Flaming Meteor! Leave the chargers to me! Flaming Meteor! Piercing Roar! On guard! How do you like being pounded into shape? Flaming Meteor! Alright, let me at it! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Beast Assault! Flaming Meteor! Lion Howl! Tiger Blade! On guard! Plenty left! On guard! Lightning Strike! Lacerating Tempest! Tiger Blade! Lion Howl! Tiger Blade! Leave the chargers to me! On guard! That's it! On guard! Time to shine! Flaming Meteor! Tiger Blade! Flaming Meteor! Take this! I'm ready to go! I'm ready to go! On guard! That's it! Flaming Meteor! Time to shine! Tiger Blade! Look sharp! Take this! No chance! You're open! Look sharp! On guard! Piercing Roar! Flaming Meteor! First! This one, nothing gets by me! Look sharp! Piercing Roar! Crescent Moon! Tiger Blade! Flaming Meteor! Time to shine! Now you've gone and ticked me off! First! Crescent Moon! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! It's a duel of the arts! Purge malevolence! Archaic waterfall! Arts require complete focus! Ice prison! A whirling struggle! Celestial hammer! Celestial hammer! Puddle! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! Beyond the darkest skies, I call upon thee! Shooting star! A whirling struggle. Winds of heaven, burst forth! Cyclone! Hit! Here's a whirling struggle. Winds of heaven, burst forth! Cyclone! Bullseye! I'm on a roll! All disasters made one. Celestial hammer! Puddle! Ice prison! Here to watch your back! Go get it! Don't mind if I do! Far beyond the darkest skies, I call upon thee! Shooting star! Here goes! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! Hit! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! A whirling struggle. Winds of heaven, burst forth! Cyclone! Puddle! Art expert coming through! Not on my watch! Huh. Here's enough! A whirling struggle. Winds of heaven, burst forth! Cyclone! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! Celestial hammer! Ice prison! Puddle! Ice prison! Here goes! Ice prison! Not in your dreams! A whirling struggle. Winds of heaven, burst forth! Cyclone! Far beyond the darkest skies, I call upon thee! Shooting star! Here's another! Celestial hammer! One more! Ow! Purge malevolence! Ice prison! Take that! All this, hold on to your art. Here I come! Maelstrom! dream! Purge Malevolence! Arctic Waterfall! Freeze Lancer! Purge Malevolence! Purge Malevolence! Arctic Waterfall! Freeze Lancer! All disasters made one! Come forth, a helix of purity! Maelstrom! Too much to handle? Art Expert coming through! Hit! Here's another! Here goes! Ice Prison! A banana! Let's go! Ice Prison! All disasters made one! Come forth, a helix of purity! Maelstrom! Arch Seal! Not on my watch! Hit! The close one! Gotcha! No more Miss Nice Girl! All disasters made one! Come forth, a helix of purity! Maelstrom! A whirling struggle! Winds of heaven! Burst forth! Ice Prison! Celestial Hammer! A whirling struggle! Winds of heaven! Burst forth! Cyclone! Ice Prison! Puddle! All disasters make... Here goes! Hit! Go get him! Puddle! I'm... sorry.
This shall be a feast for the senses.
Finally made it. This is where the light fell? What's with this tower? Is it a Dahnan relic?
No idea. But the astral energy is getting stronger here. The light's definitely in this area. Even if it is an agent from Lenegis, I'll blow them away with my astral arts.
Way.
Take it! I'm on! Ignite!
Come and get it! Tempest away! Raging
Turtle Demon Fang!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf! I'm on a roll now! I'll tear you apart!
Super Swallow Strike! Storm!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you! Glacial Spear! Pierce the evil! Supernova! Nothing gets by me!
Soaring Light Spear! Here I come!
Denied! Light Axe Raging Cascade!
Swallow Dare! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Armor won't save you! Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! Pierce the evil! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Wow, that was a nice move there.
I know, right? Bet you couldn't do it.
So it's a grab here, thrust the left leg, then use the right arm to leverage over...
Stop memorizing my move! Is someone being attacked?
We have to save them! I won't let them get hurt!
have a really bad feeling about this.
Soaring light spear! It's on! No escape! Void blast!
Airborne beast. My special.
You picked the wrong fight!
Confiscated.
This one's mine.
We got flyers!
I've got
No
this.
escape.
Let a marksman handle it.
All yours!
I'm on a roll now.
Void blast! You're mine! Start up!
Lunar Parathrum.
Double demon blast! Slide!
Solid hurricane.
Void blast!
Sleep now.
Ready to blast. Magic advance. Denied.
Eat red.
I'm here all day.
Eat dirt!
You see what happened there as you crossed it? Shouldn't have done that.
Here I come!
Power of my sword.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
Super swallow dance!
I call upon the weapon!
Talon!
Now we're not-
Soaring light spear! Strike! Void blast!
Annihilation!
Soaring light spear!
Rip and tear!
Rising phoenix! Here I come!
Do it!
Soaring!
Astral energy. Full throttle.
A flawless victory!
Glimmer flash!
Naturally.
Start up!
This one's mine!
Soaring light spear!
Mega ray!
Do
Strike!
it.
How dare you?
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Crap!
Well,
Why you? Why you? I guess...
yeah.
Damn.
Out of our way!
This one's all mine! Take this!
Roll away!
You picked the wrong fight!
It's go time!
No escape!
Super swallow dance!
Severing wind!
Glacial spear!
Now you see what I'm just denied!
Air thrust confiscated. Freeze
Do
laser.
it! Here I come!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Sky!
Well done.
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Here I come! Soaring light spear! Limbo!
Astral energy.
Say no more. Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch? That's a pretty tall tower we're looking at climbing. We better eat now, cause who knows when we'll get to next.
True.
But don't worry. If anything happens on the way up, I'll make sure you're taken care of.
Good to know. I love how much amazing food we get to eat even when we're out on the road.
Me too, especially compared to what I used to have when I was still a slave. This is paradise.
It's amazing what good food can do to keep your hopes up. Nagal used to say all the time that the power of food is subtle, yet profound.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? For whatever reason, I find I don't worry nearly as much when I've got a full stomach helping me out.
That's why you shouldn't be such a picky eater.
Huh?
She's right. You always leave food that you don't like on your plate when you're done.
Come on, what's the big deal?
Back in the day, I couldn't think about leaving any food. It was such a waste not to eat at all. You needed every last scrap of energy.
Exactly. Even when my brother and I didn't have much to eat, we all did what we could to make it taste good and enjoy what we had.
That definitely explains a lot about why you cook the way you do, Kisara.
Dohalim, I bet you don't know what any of that's like. You must be used to food being handed to you on a silver platter.
Sometimes it was gold.
You didn't shy away from that at all.
Although, there was one experience that does come to mind.
Oh?
When I first learned that the food I ate originally came from animals and fish, I was rather taken aback.
You just ate whatever was in front of you without even thinking about it?
That's a silver-spooned elite for you.
Your cooking has really improved, Shion.
It's because of you that I understand what makes it so fun. I'm glad everyone seems to enjoy what I make too.
I've noticed a disturbing trend that after it's your turn to cook, our ingredients tend to run really low. What's up with that?
That is a good point, Law. There's a weird difference between the amount of ingredients she prepares and how much food actually gets served. Curious. Very curious indeed.
I don't know. Isn't it pretty normal for veggies to shrink a little when you fry them up?
Or maybe she eats all the bad batches herself so we won't notice.
Come on. I wouldn't do anything like that.
Then how would you explain the difference?
Ahem. I have a theory that I wish to propose.
What is it?
As we all know, Shion here can have quite the appetite. I imagine she often taste tests her own food as she prepares it. By my eye, it would appear that her footprints are leaving deeper impressions as of late. Far be it from me to level such an accusation, but the facts lead me to conclude that...
She's been snacking while she cooks.
And yet, she still looks so slender in her clothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious, actually.
Wait a sec, are you guys trying to say she's...
I'm what?
Nothing?
Nothing.
Hey, Alphen. Why do you like spicy food so much anyway?
You know, I haven't thought about that before. Maybe because when I couldn't feel pain, it gave me that kick I was craving.
But now that you can feel pain again, wouldn't your tastes have changed?
Did you like spicy food when you were younger?
Not as much as I do now. At some point, it just became something almost like an addiction, I guess.
I can most certainly relate. Once you've had your fill of ordinary food, you cannot help but seek out more unusual fare.
I don't think that's got anything to do with Alphen's tastes. Although I won't deny that you definitely have a thing for exotic food. The stranger the better.
I just wish I could have gotten you into sweets like me, Alphen.
I like food that's dense and keeps you feeling full myself. It helps you last longer when you're on the move.
We all know you're a quantity over quality kind of...
What was that?
Nothing. I lost my train of thought.
You know, I've also noticed Shion's not really into the same kind of food most Renins are. Could be it's got something to do with the way she grew up.
That's so me! Even when I was little, I was all about food that gives me strength. All meat, all the time!
And I guess Kisara is so good at cooking fish because she can catch them herself.
I'm only good with fish because it used to be the easiest thing to get. When you work with something long enough, it comes naturally to you.
I like fish just fine, but what I really like about your cooking is how it tastes homemade. It reminds me of what my mom used to make.
Really? You know, I used to cook a lot of meals for younger kids, and they said the same thing.
When you get down to it, I guess the things a person cooks and the foods they like say a lot about the way they've lived.
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have as much as you like.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? What's wrong? You're looking pretty down. Something on your mind?
Yeah, you could say that. It's just, well, there's something that's been eating away at me for a long, long time. Do you mind if I share it with you?
Of course not. I'm glad to listen.
See, my mom and dad used to tell me I shouldn't go around casting magic. But there was one time I did, behind their backs. And when I did, Almeidrea showed up.
Huh?
I hated Almeidrea for destroying everything I loved. But what I hated most was myself. For breaking my promise to my parents. Even though I swore I'd get revenge, there was always this nagging part of me that wondered if I even had any right to do so.
Rinwell, it was Almeidrea who killed your family. Don't torment yourself over one mistake.
How can you say that when my mother and father died because of me?
This may not comfort you much, but I'll say it anyway. I have a feeling your parents always knew something like that might happen.
What do you mean?
There was always a chance that someday, someone was going to find you and your family. But even knowing the risks, they still taught you magic. And there are two reasons I can think of for that. First, your talent. Second, they were hedging their bets.
Huh? On what?
On you, Rinwell. On how you turn out when you grew up. Sure, learning magic may invite danger, but it would have been even more dangerous to live in hiding without being able to defend yourself. They knew what they were getting themselves into when they taught you magic. And I think they did it because of how much they loved you.
Because my mother and father loved me.
Sorry, I know I shouldn't be putting words into your parents' mouths.
No, it's okay. I used to think I would have been better off if I never knew how to use magic. And if I'm really honest with myself, sometimes I still think that. But after traveling around with all of you guys, I've learned that there are things I can do with magic. That there's a point to it after all. So I'm going to keep trying. I'm gonna try and accept it as part of who I am. I want to use it to protect my friends. To protect the future of Dana. Do you think that's selfish of me?
Not at all. I wouldn't want it any other way with you, Rinwell.
Hootle, let me know if you sense anything.
Another day, another Gald.
Guess I misread the landing.
Stairs. Which way do we go?
I say up. I sense presences below us, but not as large.
Up it is, then.
Guess I misread the landing.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey, when did I get so popular? In a bind? Lunar Rumble! Just getting started!
I'm also good with airborne targets.
Freaking does it!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Force blast! Soaring light spear!
Winds of heaven!
No escape!
Dragon shattering! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it!
Eternal devastation!
Armor won't save you!
Double demon fang!
Voice blast!
Soaring light spear! Devastation!
Dragon shout!
Eat dirt!
You picked the wrong fight!
Get on in there!
I'll you hear it now!
That'll bring you down! Far beyond that on my watch!
Not today!
Dragon Shout!
Void Flash! You're mine!
Take this! Stardust!
No further!
Finish without a trace! Dragon Shout! No more playing nice!
Take it! Double Demon Fang!
Rain down!
Eternal Devastation! This one's all mine!
Rivet Tear!
Back to the fray!
Eagle Assault!
Double Demon Fang!
Armor's all mine!
Do it! Don't release!
Hey! Pull them away!
Not a chance! Soaring
Armor won't save you!
I never fit! Winds of heaven!
Rivet Tear!
And it's complete now!
I'm ready!
I may have bit off more. Than I could chew.
Soaring Alpha!
Let me help.
Double Demon Fang! Eat this! Take it! Crush!
Glacial Spear!
Shockwave Flash!
Freeze Lancer!
Shockwave Flash!
A whirling struggle!
Severing Wind!
Winds of heaven! Here, let me help.
Double Demon Fang!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be
In
a
a bind?
complaint, I hear.
Nope, that'd be silly.
By the power of flame! Finish without a
Double
trace!
Demon
I'm
Fang!
going to need to use all the... Do it! Kisara, frozen!
Hammer!
Here, let me help.
My turn! Stardust! Priority!
Now I'm in the groove!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
No escape! Eternal Devastation! Sword Rain Alpha! Double Demon Fang!
I'll smash you!
It's over!
I'm going to
Eternal
eat dirt.
Devastation!
Do it!
Shot!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Right, next
My
one!
turn! You're mine!
Already on it!
Lunar Rondo!
Rivet Tear!
Where are you going?
Eagle Assault!
Soaring Light Spear!
Annihilation!
I'm not done!
First Strike!
Soaring Light Spear!
Rivet Tear!
Glacial Spear!
Double
Feel
Demon Fang!
evil! Freeze Lancer! Magic is out!
Not today!
Burning torch! Too much to handle! Lunar Corruption! Raging
Raging
Now!
Torrent!
Lunar Blast!
Remote!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Step back. This one's all law.
We've reached our destination.
Go no further!
Can't get out of this!
Raging Storm!
Double Demon Fang!
There's nothing
No escape!
Here's the
Flame
lightning
inside
contest!
is yours to be let free!
Thunder Blade! Not on my watch!
Eagle
Now!
Kisara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Not a chance! Slice! Stardust!
Searing Flame!
Lunar Rondo! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Why are you staring at me?
I could ask the same thing.
So
Make sure to get some good rest.
days like this are perfect to curl up with a good book.
Yeah, tell me about it.
What in the world would you do with a book?
Hey, the pictures can teach a guy a lot.